Hi there, Libras. Star-Lord is here. I went ahead and pulled 5 cards from the deck so I can do your tarot forecast for June 25th through to July the 1st. So I'm going to go ahead now and start turning over the cards and see what kind of energies are around for Libra. First card up we have is the Ten of Wands in reverse position. Next card we have is the Seven of Wands in the upright position, followed then by the Eight of Wands in the upright position. You got a lot of wands here. Next we have the Tower in the upright position, followed then by the Eight of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and interpret this for you. First off, we have the energies of the Ten of Wands in the reverse position for your overall energy for the week of the 25th to July 1st. Well, the Ten of Wands in the upright position speaks of carrying too many responsibilities, having too much of a load to carry, and it looks like for some of you Libras, it's not going to resonate with everyone, but for some of you Libras, it looks like you're dropping some of your duties and responsibilities, which is good to see. It's always good when this card is in the upright position. It's not good. This is backbreaking. This is like an oppressive amount of responsibilities and duties. And I always like to see it in the reverse position because it shows that we're releasing some of said responsibilities and duties, and we're giving ourselves a break, a much needed break. So it's good to see that that's your overall energy for that week, Libra, because I've seen a lot in your readings where you guys were overburdened and trying to deal with too many things. So it's good to see the release happening here, at least for the week of the 25th to the 1st. Next card we have up is the Seven of Wands in the upright position. This is Monday. You're coming into the week with the energies of the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands basically speaks of someone defending themselves. They're defending themselves stoutly. They're standing their ground. It could be that for some of you Libras, you came into the week of the 25th perhaps with an aggressive situation. Maybe people around you were accusing you of things, or you were in a situation where you felt you had to defend yourself, or perhaps even someone else. You're in defensive mode for some reason, coming like right out of the gate, like the first day. So I would expect maybe these energies of having to defend yourself probably started maybe on the weekend or the week prior to the 25th, and this is what you're coming into the week with, these energies of being on high defense, extremely defensive about something. It's going to be different for all of you. But the next card we have is the Eight of Wands in the upright position. It's paired with the Seven of Wands. You have the Seven and Eight of Wands. This is a card of communication, and it's rapid, fast communication. It's communication back and forth via text, via email, via telephone, all kinds of communications, and it could be representing multiple people. It could be for some of you, because it's paired with the Seven of Wands, it could be for some of you that this communication is due to the defense of something that's going down or happening for you guys coming into the week of the 25th. It could be that there's been something happening, and people with communication are accusing you of all kinds of things, or accusing someone else that you're trying to defend. And these two cards are basically about a lot of communication and you being a little bit on the defensive for some reason or another. And that's how you start the week. And then moving towards the middle to the end of the week, we have energies of major arcana. The Tower, it's the only arcana you have in the reading, a little bit more strong energies. The Tower basically is speaking of, sometimes it's shocking truth that comes out of nowhere, we're not expecting it. It's basically, the Tower represents tearing down systems that were not set on a solid foundation to begin with anyway. So when the Tower comes, if it does destroy our thoughts about something that we thought was one way, and we find out through, it could be through this rapid communication, that what we thought was not exactly what the real situation is or was, that can send shockwaves through us and cause the Tower, because a lot of the things that we're thinking of and what we based our opinions on have now come to a realization that that's not how things are. So the Tower just basically breaks down any system that's in place, whether it be work, home, whatever area of life it's dealing with. It's sometimes it's even within our own mind or thought pattern. It just comes down to tear down things that were not really solid to begin with. Say if we had an opinion on something or a situation, and we now find out the actual truth of the matter is not what we thought it was, we have to rethink the situation. That's why it's good. The Tower just basically rips, it's not going to rip down anything that is solid to begin with. It's only going to rip down things that were not solid and need to come down anyway. So it's always good. I welcome the Tower energy. Sometimes, you know, when it's in the reverse position, we avert the disaster, and that can be good, but sometimes that can just prolong our having to face something. So sometimes the Tower is just basically where facts or situations are put in our face and we have no choice but to deal with it. Sometimes it can deal with an actual structure if you're, say, dealing with a home or something like that, and there's faulty wiring or faulty structure, the bones of the house or something like that. There can be an actual problem with the home or the structure that we're living in, but most of the time it just basically represents, in the metaphorical way, that the structures of things that we believe in are now coming down because of the fact that what we were building our thought pattern or our future on is actually not very solid. The foundation is coming down, and it has to sometimes, so that we can rebuild on a more solid foundation. And the next card we have is that of the Eight of Cups in the reverse position. Now, for me, the Eight of Cups in the reverse position basically goes back to the Seven of Cups, where we're going back to basics to try to try and find what our other options are. When the Eight of Cups is in the upright position, this is somebody wandering away from what they've already built on an emotional level and trying to find something more fulfilling. Well, when the card is in the reverse position, it can sometimes represent that we're not walking away from the unfulfillment of the Eight of Cups to find something else. We're sticking with it, and sometimes that is not a good thing, because of the fact that we're just sort of settling for something that is not fulfilling us on an emotional level, and we're not even trying to find another avenue. But for some of you, it can represent just going back to the Seven of Cups and trying to find what other options that are available, especially when it's paired with the Tower, because the Tower is breaking down something. And for me, this card is just basically representing going back, now that you realize that things weren't what you thought they were. You're going back to try to find out what other options you have available, which is always good, because when we can accept that something has crumbled and we decide to move on, and we have to go back and find other options and other things that can fulfill us. When we lose something, because in the tower a lot of times something is lost, whether it's our own thought pattern or if it's something in our tangible reality, something is lost. We need to go back and find out what our options are. So overall, it's a bit of a mixed reading for you guys. I like to see the fact that you're releasing some of these responsibilities and these duties, and it could be due to the fact that the tower comes in, and perhaps that's what has to happen in order for you guys to let go of some things that you shouldn't be carrying anyway. So it's burdens that are being released, so that's really good energy for you guys. What you're on the defense about, I don't know. It could be that you're trying to defend still your structure that was built on faulty foundation. But in the end, it looks like you come to terms with everything and you go back to trying to find another option. So this is definitely progression. It's pretty good. If this reading did resonate with you, Libra, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and you can send me a message, shoot me an email. If you'd like to have a private reading with me, the details are in the About section on my channel. Until next time, Libra, you guys take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.